Mary, thanks. On this Sunday morning, let's get you up to speed on our continuing coverage of the Christmas morning explosion. Metro Police and the FBI are looking for information about this RV. Investigators tweeted this picture out. It's a Ford Class C motorhome. And a curfew remains in effect for the blast area. It's bound by James Robertson Parkway to the north and Broadway to the south, 4th Avenue North on the west, and the Cumberland River on the east. Mayor John Cooper expects that curfew to extend until 4:30 this afternoon. Right now, AT&T is working to restore service impacted by this incident. The company released a statement just before 5 o'clock last night. Given the damage to their facility, they say it will take time. Power is being restored to their building through the help of a generator. AT&T has put in several portable cell sites to assist first responders and teams working to restore those phone lines. The company is also donating $100,000 to help businesses and law enforcement. Authorities spent Saturday searching the home of a person of interest, that home on Bakertown Road. They believe this person may be connected to the explosion. The home is about 8 miles south of the blast. Neighbors on Bakertown Road were surprised and terrified when they saw federal agents searching that house, and then they found out it was connected to the downtown Nashville Christmas bombing.
When I would drive by from the top of the hill, that RV would be in their backyard, but it was there for a really long time, probably like for years. I didn't think that it would be anything around like us related to our neighborhood.
There are still a lot of unanswered questions. Nearly 48 hours after the blast, of course, the main question is, why would someone do this? Why would they choose that location, and why Christmas morning? The investigation into Friday morning's blast, as you know, is still well underway. Mai Owens is downtown. She tells us how these agencies are working together. Mai. Okay, we apologize there. We're having troubles getting Mai. But almost 48 hours since the explosion on 2nd and Commerce, law enforcement is still blocking off that area. You know that curfew is in effect. And this is so that investigators have time to gather their evidence. Now, a key piece of the evidence, as you know, is the RV. Metro Police released a picture of that vehicle just hours after the blast. And the next day, neighbors of the now person of interest say they remember seeing that RV next door. That's a key piece of information. The FBI has been pleading with the public to submit and call in tips and any information related to the explosion.
We've had over 500 leads and tips, and our job as a law enforcement agency is to make sure that this community is safe. And we are making sure that we're following through with each and every one of these tips and leads seamlessly, integrated, with no effort at all, and no impact, hopefully keeping the community safe.
We still have many of the same questions you do. We will continue to ask those questions of investigators and let you know as soon as we hear of the next scheduled news conference. We hope to get new information soon. 6 Metro Police officers rushed into danger, putting their lives on the line yesterday as they worked to evacuate people, Christmas morning, and they got all of those people out before the explosion. Their bravery, no doubt, saved countless lives.
It's a proud moment when we have our law enforcement professionals that are selfless like that. They're not concerned about their own safety, but the safety of our city. We love our city. We're invested in it, and it just made me feel good to know that they made the right decision in saving lives and didn't worry about themselves as much.
That was Chief Drake you just heard from. Here are the officers who saved lives. Officer Brenna Hosey, who has served the Metro Police Department for 4 years. Officer James Llewellyn, who has been with the department for 3 years. Officer Michael Sipos, who's served the department for 16 months. Officer Amanda Topping has been with the department for 21 months. Officer James Wells, serving Metro Police for 21 months. And Sergeant Timothy Miller, who has been with the department for 11 years. We thank them for their service. Another business that took a hit is the Melting Pot. It's located in the heart of the blast zone on 2nd Avenue North. This is the moment of the explosion. Look at that instant damage. It was captured all on the Melting Pot security camera. And as you can imagine by looking at that picture, the damage is severe.
The restaurant business is as rough as it is, I could tell you some regular stories from just last week about the difficulties, not including the pandemic and now this. So every day is a challenge, but we're fortunate to have really great and dedicated folks that do the hard work to make people happy. That's what we do.
Mark Rosenthal, who you just heard from, also owns Rodizio Grill, which is directly above the melting pot. That restaurant also suffered major damage. A GoFundMe page was started to help employees who were already struggling due to the pandemic. You can find that GoFundMe online. And head over to our website for the latest on the downtown bombing. That's WKRN.com. We'll have the newest information as we get it. Just look for the Downtown Nashville Explosions section. It's under the News tab at the top of the page. The Red Cross has a shelter and resources for people displaced by the blast. That's at the East Park Community Center on Woodland Street. If you need information, call the number on your screen. It's 615-862-8448.
Waking up to 30.